All right, muting. Find any comfortable seat, or if you're in one already, extra points. Okay, I see you, Daria. Thank you. Yeah, find a comfortable seat. Give a little root down into the earth. And from that rooting down, feel a lift of your sternum, your heart center, open wide through your heart and lift the crown of the head to your sky, your very own sky, by the way. And let us open to this day. As I record this, it is a full moon. It happened last night in the middle of the night, but it happens for 3 days really. And so it's full moon in Pisces. So we're looking at a very watery full moon, which full moons are often already more emotion filled, hence the words lunacy and lunatic and all those things that are big emotional states. Random. I think I'll drink some tea. Ta-da! Oh, better. Okay. Sorry, I don't know how that is in the earpod. It's probably loud for you. I'm all better now. Okay. Big emotional states. Just want to add some tears there. Yes, choking on emotions. So much going on these days. Life is really big. And so thank you for taking pause to be with yourself, to play with your edges, to find the curiosity that is inherent in this practice of yoga. Yoga, the invitation to go where we have not gone before. And the full moon is similar in that same way, shining light into the dark places that we don't go or don't look. Hopefully, ideally reminding us of the beauty of the darkness, bringing the light of awareness to where we have occluded parts of ourselves because they're uncomfortable. And that's also part of the Pisces magic, is looking at and being with the discomfort, reflecting on our choices and our path. And reclaiming the power that's there in the darkness, the power that's in the things that we've pushed away, that's in the unseen. So I'm going to invite you today to be with me for like 10 minutes here in the beginning of meditation, and then a warm up, which will be pretty slow and yummy. And then we'll get into a little more of a flowing practice with some repetitions and effort in the practice. And then we'll come back down to grounding. So if when it builds up, you're like, oh, this is too hard for me. I heard from a dear, dear friend recently who's like, I'd love to come to your classes, but they're just too hard for me. Know that the beginning will always be relatively easy and the end will always be relatively easy. And in the middle, you could just watch. You could do any variations that are right for you. Slow it down, soften it, hold a pose instead of doing the repetitions. Just hold it and breathe. Hold a modified version of it, supported by pillows or the earth, and just breathe. And know that there'll be a point when you're like, oh, yeah, that, I can do that. And you can come back. Okay? Invitation to stay with it because there's always dessert at the end. And so I don't want you to miss out on that. I want you to be able to see all the way through, even if doing or all the way through is not for you. So, welcome to this day and happy birthday, Christina Starr, and so many of my other Virgo beloveds, and Olai, my baby, yesterday, but she's still recovering. So, drop in now, if you will, to your seat, to your inner world, inviting interoception, that sensing of our being, of our body, of our self, or some layers of ourself from the inside, sensing into your breath, your musculature, your bones, your feelings, sensations, thoughts, perceptions of all sorts. Close your eyes as you feel comfortable to. And I encourage you to take that Ujjayi breath, a slight closure in the back of the nose and throat so you hear the sound of the breath. You warm the breath as it enters. And follow the path of breath with your awareness as much as you can through your body. Sense it spiraling down through your nose into the body, down to your root. Imagine and draw the breath into the root as much as you can with your inhale as full and deep as you can without force, just a gentle efforting. And then exhale, letting everything soften as the breath rises warm up and out of you, out your nose or out your mouth. And any kind of letting go breaths with gentle force or effort, again, encouraged. So sighing, toning, lion's breath, horse lips, pursed lips breaths like you're blowing waves across water. Notice the effect of the breath. At the end of the exhale, engage into the core. Lift your pelvic floor, lift your navel up and back, squeeze to center a bit, a big inner hug. Study yourself from within here, within the laboratory of the self. Notice what happens as you begin to deepen and lengthen the breath. Notice what happens as you have a daily breath practice or many, many times a day. And how this compounds, how you can heal all sorts of things physically and emotionally, simply with attention and awareness to expansive breath. As you breathe deep and full, you might find new sensations or feelings in your body. We tend to inhibit our perception of pain and physically and emotionally by inhibiting our breath. So it's often why people avoid breathing deep and full, because we're avoiding intense feelings. I want to encourage you to feel those things because as we do, they move and change. And when we don't, they just grow and change and we forget their source and they get harder to unstick. Being with what is, breathing into it. Embrace the entirety of your experience. Welcome this moment, this day, this breath with your yes to life. Stay with these long, full breaths. Excuse me. And as inspired, let's begin to add movement. Bring your hands to your knees and inhale your heart forward. And as you exhale, pull your navel back and curl in, chin to the chest. Follow your breath, inhaling, rippling the spine forward, and exhaling, wave of the spine, curling back. Let your breath lead, about 8 more. The next time that you round to the back, let's begin to circle to your right. Big, big circles, full roll of the pelvis, full spiral of your spine all the way up through your neck. You could even add the shoulders to that. Just get really fluid. And take your time. The next time that you round to the back, switch directions, 10 circles or so in the other direction. And take your time. As inspired, spiral back to center, roll your shoulders, roll your mouth. I want to invite you to even add to that roll of your mouth kind of a squish up and then a big opening, like you're saying, wow, 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 and a whole bunch more. Wow. And notice what happens to your brain when you say wow a whole lot. And we got to go the other direction still. So here we go. Wow. 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 It works every time for years. Oh my goodness. Wow. Exhale and touch the earth. Ground down. Feel your breath again, long and full. Inhale to lift tall. Exhale to soften around the strength of your lift. As you connect to earth here, let us give thanks to the beauty and wonder of this earth and her ability to heal, to renew, and to change, and to remember this as our own in so many ways. The earth herself and all of us going through this great rebirthing right now, which may include lots of contraction, lots of doubt and questioning and fear and insecurity and all the feels. And so, yes, may we learn again and again from the earth about how things move and change, about how things grow and heal, how we see the dissolution, the apparent destruction, life turning from one form into the next, and remembering it all as life, lifing itself, as ourselves, turning, turning, turning. Follow your next inhale and open wide. Gather up energetically and bring the palms together overhead, center, and focus to the crown of the head. May we awaken to our oneness, to our interconnectedness. And hands to the third eye center. May we see clearly, knowing beyond words. Hands to the mouth. May we speak our truth. May we sing our songs. May we step up and be the voice for that which needs to be heard and seen at this time. And hands to the heart. May we be present for whatever arises with courage, with curiosity, with kindness. And may all of our effort and energy be for the greatest good, for ourselves in body, mind, and spirit. May it ripple out to be of benefit to those around us and beyond and beyond. May all beings benefit. May all beings be joyous and free and safe from harm. Exhale and empty. Pour your breath out. Inhale, breathe into your heart's yes, I am. If you will join me, one great Om, followed by one great Hring, blossoming the lotus of your heart. Om. And lift your blossomed heart up to the sky. And let's ripple that beauty of you all out into the world today. So we're going to play with lots of repetitions today, I think. Sometimes the muse just takes over. But my intention is to really get us going into these pulses of in and out of form with inhale and exhale, and to really kind of build a trance state in that way, and to just deepen the work there a little bit in a gentle, easy way. So I want this still to be long and slow with your breath as long and slow as you can throughout the practice, and pause and just be still whenever you need to, and just be with what is. Notice what's there. Stay until you feel like coming back. Please let your breath lead. Know that when the breath is not deep and full, if you're holding the breath, not yoga. So stop until the breath comes back. Breathe bright and full and let the breath lead you forward. All right. Make your way onto your mat. And let's come onto the back body first. We'll do some low back releasing things. And if you hear cartoons in the background, that's my roommates. They are big puppets, and they're performing for Burning Man right now. So I might randomly laugh because there's strange sounds in my house. And they're really enjoying the virtual Burning Man. If you want to check it out, burningman.com. All the things are happening. Less dust. Come to your back. Hug your knees in. Rock into your low back. Give yourself a little massage there. Feel that support of the earth beneath you. The great nourisher, the great teacher of this planet, the mother of the bodies of us all. And let's draw circles around your sacrum. So knees together, hands on the knees, and draw some circles, massaging into your low back. Simply breathful. In the nose, breathe and repeat your yes, and out the mouth. Switch directions. And then take your knees in separate hands, separate circles, open wide, and draw it back together, massaging into the hips and low back here. And switch directions. Feel into your hips, sensing from the inside what's happening in there. And then step your feet as wide as your mat with your knees bent, lying your back still. And let's begin to move knees side to side. Stretch your arms up overhead and let this be breath practice here. Inhale, stretch both knees to one side, reach through knees and fingers, and exhale, knees back through center. Follow your breath. Inhale to the side, stretch it out. If your body asks you to pause, get it, pause. Exhale through center. Using that inhale to stretch out, get your side body and hip flexor, quad psoas as long as you can, as breathful as you can. Exhale, little engagement of the core to transition, and inhale to the side. Your breath leads. We're going about 5 more each side. And next time both knees come to the right, let's just get this shape here because it's so good for low back release. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh and draw it down. So a little extra quad psoas release there. You could stay in that extension as long as you like, getting the front side of the psoas open, more open. And stay with that shape, or pick the whole setup of your legs up and interlace the hands behind the left or bottom thigh. Pull that bottom thigh back, ease the top thigh away. Soften the jaw as you breathe here. So this sequence I repeat a lot for us in our chair dwelling society, both chairs as well as standing or even hiking or bike riding. Linear stuff or stuff that tends to compress or strain the lower back. This is a really great shape to use to release it. We'll visit this in standing as well today. You can also do this sitting down. This shape is so great. So stay with the shape as it is. If you'd like, just playing with isometrics, pull in as you push away, work sacrum down as you work low back up. All those little isometrics or opposite actions can really help to get more opening or smile in that outer hip and low back there. Stay with that, or possibly, if you're ready to go big into back body, you can extend the bottom leg up, walk up over that top ankle, draw the leg towards you, maybe towards overhead. This is not one of those easier moves I talked about in our being in our warm-ups, so just a suggestion. And stay with any of that stretchy stuff, or interlace the hands behind your head. Inhale here, and as you exhale, pull that bottom thigh back, pull your navel back, and curl your sacrum and shoulders up. Keep the elbows wide, shoulders on the back. Nonetheless, try to get the shoulder blades off the earth. Inhale, open, exhale, curl. Five more. going for the burn today to balance out all that watery stuff. When you're ready, step the feet wide back to the earth. Inhale, knees to the side, stretch it out. Exhale through center, knees to the other side. And again, stay with that side to side as long as you like, or when you're ready, with the feet wide, both knees to your left ankle over right thigh, and use that ankle to and foot to draw the leg down. Stretch the arms up. Breathe that extension. Stay with that as inspired, or coming out of the front a little bit more and into the lateral hip a bit or a lot more. And pick up the setup of the legs whenever you're ready. Interlace behind the bottom thigh. Pull it back, ease that top thigh away. I want this whole sequence to be your friend. Again and again, I hear things from people that, and feel them in my own body, that this whole sequence really benefits. So I tend to not repeat myself too much, but this sequence, this I repeat daily, because I think we all need something like it daily. So feeling into what's happening there, and just maybe mark it for yourself internally. Notice what's happening, notice what's relieved or opened, and just note, oh yeah, remember this. This is helpful. My job is to get myself out of a job and to give you all stuff to keep and take with you so you can take care of yourself anywhere, anytime. Although I really love to practice with you and share with you and to see you. So come on back all you can. Stay with this or extend that bottom leg up, walk up the leg, curl into it. Options just for play. Any stretchy stuff or isometrics always, again, are really helpful. Pull in as you press away, root sacrum as you lift lower back. Breathe the sensation. Stay there. Add core. Inhale, interlace hands behind the head. Exhale, pull that bottom thigh back, knee back as you curl, navel back, sacrum up, shoulders up. Inhale and open. Exhale and curl in. Going about 13 more. Breath practice. Try to lose your mind a bit here and just breath and movement. Take your time. Once you're done, unwind the legs, feet to the earth. You may want to have a block here, or imagine that you have a block. Squeeze onto your block so you've got lots of core strength going. You're really integrated, and your legs will stay committed to a nice integral alignment. Either way, try to keep the legs committed to that alignment. So the hip points, the bones on the front of your hips, the middle knees, and the middle toes are all equidistant, and they stay that way the whole time as much as you can. Elbows to the floor, hands face each other, palms face each other. Press into the elbows and squeeze your shoulders on the back. Inhale and puff your chest up with breath. As you exhale, pull your low ribs down to the earth. Good. So we want to keep the low ribs and the hips integrated as much as you can. So this isn't so back bendy in the lower back, but it's really a chest opener, and we're engaging to support low back. Next, inhale, press into your heels and lift your hips, lower back, middle back, upper back, lift your chest, lift your chin. You want to feel the pressure here right on the center back of your head, behind the upper ears. So keep the chin lifted, keep that pressure engaged in the head, shoulders, elbows. Big inhale at the top there. As you exhale, ripple back down. Notice the knees or the legs may be wanting to waver, or follow your inhale as you open and come back up. They may want to widen. Really try to commit to that alignment. Exhale and ripple back down. Follow your breath. Again, about 13 more waves of breath, just riding the waves of life here. Optionally, you could put your block under your sacrum if this repetition is too much for you. Otherwise, keep it going. Breath full, about 9 more breaths. About 3 more breaths. And let's come up one last time. Again, support your hips by putting your block underneath your sacrum at any height, or interlace your fingers and squeeze your palms together, rock side to side a bit, and get the shoulders as strongly together on the back as you can. Press into hands, elbows, shoulders, lift your chin, press into the center back of your head. And breathe bright here, puffing up your chest, wide breath across the wings of your heart. And open jaw, open throat. We're going to take 3 breaths here, really looking to vibrate the heart with the sound of ah. Inhale into the heart, breathe your yes, and vibrate it out. Ah. Big inhale, lift up. Exhale, release your hands and come on down. Hug your knees into your chest again, and maybe cross your ankles. Right ankle over the left. And let's begin a little rock and roll on your spine, forward and back from your shoulders to your sits bones. And maybe you come to balance on the shoulders there a moment, and balance on the sits bones. You can hold either one of them. 4 more. Yep, there I was trying to catch myself. Now, maybe build up enough momentum that that right foot lands and the left foot jets back, and you're in a low lunge. If not, find your way there. However you get there, it's all good. I'll offer lots of random crazy suggestions. You do what's right for you. Hands on either side of that front leg. You can start with the back knee down, pull into the earth, shoulder blades down the back, and really reach your heart forward. Find how wide the chest can be here, how spacious that heart center can be, and try to find this each time. Inhale, back toes under, stretch that heel back, lifting the knee, long line of energy there. And then as you exhale, melt, bow in, back knee and head towards the earth, hover, don't land. Inhale, stretch back, open heart, and exhale, melt. 13 more. Breath practice. Pause and rest. Rest your chest. Let your head rest. Walk your arms back. You're totally laying on that front thigh as much as you can. Bend that front knee deep. Heavy head, heavy, heavy head. Soft neck. And breathe into that hip flexor. Next inhale, let's open back up into your lunge. Back knee could be up or down for this one. We're going to play into extensions of that front leg. Push into the ball of that front leg, and from that push, pull your hip back and straighten the leg as much as you can. Inhale back forward into your lunge. Again, try to find that really open chest. And then exhale, push into the ball of the foot. Pull that hip back strongly, engaging that outer muscle. Maybe also draw your toes back there if you've got that space. You may want blocks under your hands. Again, back knee could be down to mellow this out a little bit, or 13 more of those, whatever your edge is. Pull that hip back as you come back. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back with your breath. Last 3 or so. And then a few breaths in that extension. You might step the back foot in a bit, push into the ball of that front foot, pull that outer hip back, squeeze your inner thighs, bend the front knee as much as you need to, low back in, heart forward, and melt over your leg. Squeeze those inner thighs together, push through your feet to lengthen your spine, relax the neck, deep full breaths. Next inhale, open back to your lunge, back knee up. And exhale, pull the back foot into the core. We'll come to balance in warrior 3 for 3 breaths. And as much as you can, level out there, hips side to side, back heel, hips, maybe also ribs and shoulders. Inhale as you exhale, step the feet together, sink into your seat, swoop the fingers, open up, Utkatasana. Exhale, drop low in your seat. Inhale, press and rise, standing back bend. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half forward fold, and exhale, fold. Probably you notice the difference in the sides there. So I'm going to bring us right into that second side before we do repetitions of that. And again, you might start back knee down. Really squeeze your inner thighs together like they've got big magnets on them. Pull from that outer hip. Pull on the earth. Shoulder blades down the back. Heart forward and bright and wide. Next, inhale, back toes under. Stretch back through the heel as you reach out through the crown of the head. And exhale as you melt back knee and head towards the earth. Follow your breath. Inhale to open. Exhale, melt. Breath practice, huge as you can in the nose. Long and full out the mouth, soft neck. With your breath, 12 more. About 3 more. And again, back knee up or down will work into extensions of the front leg. Push into the ball of that front foot and pull from that outer hip muscle. Hip back, hip square as much as you can. Squeeze those inner thighs, maybe drawing the toes back. Pulse, forward lunge. Inhale, open chest. Exhale, press and pull back. Extension. Moving with your breath. 13 more. Last couple breaths. Also, I noted that I didn't do that pause there in the yin lunge or dropping in lunge. So please feel free now to come back into that back knee down and really give the weight of your shoulder and your chest to that leg. Maybe flow the arms back. Let the head go as heavy as you can with the head. Soft neck. Feel that connection to your psoas through the head, neck, spine, hip, inner thigh. Heavier head, the more you'll get that tractioning. Next inhale, come on up onto your hands, heart open, and then stretch that front leg, back hip back. And again, that could be back knee down or step the back foot in a bit. Square your hips, push into that front foot or even draw the toes back there if that's a preference. Squeeze inner thighs, bend the knees as much as you need to try to work low back in and heart forward, and then melt over the front leg. You might pulse in and out of this or just melt into it, bowing in. Next inhale, come on into your lunge and follow your exhale to pull the back foot up into the core. Again, as much as you can, squeeze inner thighs, hips square, push out through that back heel, heel to hip height, and then maybe hugging in strong core, hands to block, hips, heart, or flying, ears, shoulders, ribs, hips, back heel, finding their way towards parallel. Full body inhale as you exhale. Next, step the feet together, sink into your seat, swoop the fingertips, open up, Utkatasana. Exhale low in your seat. Inhale, press and rise, standing back bend. And exhale, swan dive forward. Let this be about the fullness of the breath more than the repetitions. We are going to repeat this a bit. I want you to pause wherever you need to make sure you're back with your deep full breath. So we're going inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, low in the seat. Inhale, standing back bend. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, half forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkata. Exhale, sink low. Inhale, standing back bend. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, half forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkata. Hang out wherever you need. Exhale, sink low. Inhale, standing back bend. Exhale, swan dive. Make it yours. Take out what you want. Add what you want. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. I'm going to keep going that little sequence. Utkata. 3 more sets. Inhale into your standing back bend. Exhale your forward fold and just hug in. Maybe you want to take the arms outside, around the outside of the legs, cross the wrists behind the legs, and then hold your shins. Rest your chest on the thighs, knees bent as much as you need, and then straighten your legs as much as you're able, staying connected to the legs. Let the head go. And when you hug the legs with the arms in this way, you'll likely also feel some opening around the shoulders. Optionally, you could hold your elbows or hold your head. Long, slow, deep breaths here. In the nose, out the mouth. Last couple breath cycles here. And take your time. Follow any inhale to unwind. Inhale, half forward fold. And exhale, step the left foot back. So you're in a right leg lunge. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Hug strongly to your core. Press down into your feet. And keep pulling that outer right hip back. So you really engage there into the core. And the pose becomes a little lighter. Hugging in. Root down, lengthen through your spine, shoulders on the back. Back heel could be down if you like. You could pause in this pose at any time, or I want you to really feel like you've got a block between your legs, or again, those big magnets, and squeeze onto that and hold that block. And we're going to fly over that block, finding our freedom from that point of steadiness. Inhale and reaching up. Exhale and fly forward, brush the earth. Inhale, fly up. Any edge of back bend there? Any pause? Three more. And then fly your way. Hands could come to the earth or wherever you need. Back into warrior three. Hold steady. Or tiny little bend and straighten of the standing leg. Maybe also bend that top knee and push the foot to the sky. Three more breaths. And feet wide, sink low, Malasana, Yogic Squat. Stretching out all that you're burning up there, creating some strong musculature. Using that heat to release areas of binding. You could press in and have a nice tall squat here, or you could reach forward, hips back, fingers forward, stretch out. Whatever feels best for you. Let's take a few more recovery breaths here, if you will. And then go ahead and step the right foot back, so you're in a left leg lunge. Pull the feet isometrically together, squeeze those inner thighs together, push down into your feet and hug in, rise up, maybe pausing hands to hips first. Again, really try to square the hips up, work that left medial glute, squeeze to center, root to rise. Press in, lengthen out. Keep that hug to center as inspired. Arms up, keep that squeeze onto your block there, if you will, and exhale, fly and brush your wingtips to the earth. And inhale at the top, arms up, back knee down, and exhale, squeeze the inner thighs together, float the arms down. Move with your breath. Last 3 breaths in this way. And then taking flight. So into your warrior 3. Any way you get there, find your alignment, your steadiness. Hold still, or maybe tiny bends and straightens of the front leg. Maybe that back knee bends and push the foot to the sky. For 3, 2, and 1. Step the feet wide, come on down, Malasana. Pause in your squat. Deep full breaths. So remember how I was talking about trance state in the beginning, how we get into these breaths and repetitions that we might find ourselves in trance state and thereby not actually remember what we did. I just want to make sure you all feel even, like we did the same thing on both sides. Possibly I skipped something. If I did, wave at me. I did, huh? I didn't do that other set on the other side. Okay, that's why the extra burn. Thank you. I did them yesterday. Oh, brains. All right. Well, thank you for your presence and honesty. So when you're ready, come on back to your first side and we'll do those knee dips that really get that psoas nice. You're going to come back to the lunge on your first side and inhale as you melt that back knee down, stretch arms up, and exhale, squeeze the legs together. We're only doing 10. I know I say only, that's a lot. Last couple breaths. And then flying just briefly, warrior three, stepping back into your malasana or yogic squat. Breathful body here. And again, either variation of malasana, or use this as a launching point for your crow or crane to fly by getting your knees as high as you can on the triceps or up into the armpits, depending on the variation you like. Squeeze, 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 knees onto your triceps and hands as wide as the shoulders. Claw the fingers. Inhale, and as you exhale, squeeze to midline. Pull one set of toes or both to midline. Even try to touch the whole inseam of your feet and straighten the arms as much as you can, looking forward, holding 5 breaths or coming in and out. Maybe you got it here. Inhale. As you exhale, jet back from the deep core. Plank pose. Come into plank pose any way that's right for you. On the forearms, back knees down. It's up to you. Hold 5 breaths. Inhale and shift forward. Pull the elbows and shoulders straight back, lower to the earth for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Point your toes, stretch the legs way back. With the hands under the shoulders, pull the elbows and shoulders down the back. Maybe take pause there, even rest your head and roll your shoulders around. Get them nice and fluid. Come back to those deep, full breaths. And as inspired, pull back on the earth. Lengthen your heart forward. Inhale, open. And exhale again, drag yourself forward and lower down. And we've got about 8 more breaths or so. You could pulse in and out or hold it. Next, inhale, bright heart to open. Exhale, back into child's pose. Toes together, knees wide. Push your hips back. Press into your hands, wiggle your hips. Breathe your lower back. Big breaths in the nose. Out your mouth. Letting go breaths there. Please stay as long as you like. Or inhale there. And as you exhale, drape on up and just let yourself kind of fall on over into that right hip and swoop your left foot over the top, coming to stand that foot on the floor as we sit for Ardha Matsyendrasana, or half Lord of the Fishes. So if your low back's rounded at all here, please sit up onto a block or a pillow or some such thing and hug into your top knee. Wiggle into your sits bones and root down. If it's a heavy day of your moon or anything like that, go a little gentler into your twist. Otherwise, open twist if you're pregnant. Otherwise, hug into that knee. Lift tall, bright heart. Left hand supports the lift of your spine. And the right arm up and over. And exhale and hook that elbow or tricep. Push down into all points of contact, lift, 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 and then exhale, squeeze, and spiral deeply, turning to look behind you. Long, slow breaths. In the nose, out the mouth. Again, using those toning exhales to deepen that release there, physically and energetically. And to follow any inhale to unwind, lift tall and counter twist. Press into that front leg, root into the earth again, lengthen and lift up, spiral open, big breathful twist. Stay upright or keep all that, bow in and press your hips back. Last couple breaths here. And follow any inhale to press and drape up and stack your knees up. Gomukhasana, legs, knees stacked, feet wide. Options, please sit up on something so there's zero sharp knee pain. Extend your lower leg out, or many options. Maybe push into your feet and wiggle your hips back so you're really leaning forward, and we pour the bowl of the pelvis forward, and then we try to keep that bowl of the pelvis forward as you come back to sit on your sits bones and lift your lower back up, lift your heart up. Stay here, pressing or pulling into the feet, or pull onto the knees, lift your heart. Big breaths in the nose, out the mouth. Stay there, or give yourself a big hug. Inhale, arms up, left arm over the top, wrap them around yourself as far as you can. You might take a little pause there for a massage moment and just kind of palpate around your scapula, the tops of the shoulders. You can stay with that massage or just pull the arms down. And the combination of this crossing of limbs over the body, as well as the weighting down of the arms on the chest, both help to relax the nervous system. So maybe this is a great spot. Be here, or spiral, eagle arms, elbows up, shoulders down, and reach through the elbows. Maybe they rest on the knees, head in hands. Possibly your elbows slide over the knees. Big breaths in the nose, out your mouth. Deep full breaths here, about 3 more. And take your time as inspired. Unwind the arms, drape on up, and give your neck, shoulders, mouth, wow, a nice little roll around. And as inspired, slowly shift the weight back and rock your pelvis back a bit. And then let's stack up ankle to knee here, Agni Stambhasana. Take hold of your flesh of your sit bones and put that out back behind you. Spin inseams out back and away. And as much as you can, stack the knees up. Again, this one is fine and great even with the lower leg extended and just ankle over knee there. As you're able, flex the feet strongly so the knees should be happy, and push hands into the balls of the feet at the same time as you push balls of the feet back into your hands. Inhale, lift from your low back. Feel that breath swooping in the low back here if you can, and out through your heart as you bow in. And if this is an intense place for you, then I encourage you to pulsations rather. So inhaling, lifting up, low back in, heart forward, and exhaling, draping forward, using that exhale actually to roll up, and then the inhale to draw forward and down. So pulsing in and out, or find your breathful edge. Hands could stay as they are, or elbows to ankle and knee. Maybe the hands walk forward. You could rest your head on your elbows, hands, fists, or block, or whatever there, possibly. Sitting upright is also great. As long as your breath is deep and full, your jaw is soft, that's where we want to be. Listening inward. Thank you, body. Thank you, body. Keep that strength in the legs, so the action in the feet and ankles. You could stay right there or keep that hug so sacrum stays neutral, but we spin the spine and maybe come into the hips a little more as you lift through the heart and reach that top arm over so the elbow meets the sole of the foot or the ankle or wherever it lands. Could be back here. Maybe it's forward. Tricep or elbow into the sole of the foot or wherever it lands. Push in, lift lower back, lift the heart, and spiral. Arms could just drape there, and you can bow in to the spiral that way, or bend the elbows. Press the palms together, work them towards your heart center. Shoulders on the back, lift the heart, and breathe your twist. Wherever you're at, another 4 or 5 breaths. And take your time, follow any inhale to unwind. You could even pick that top foot up and kind of rock into that a little bit. When you're ready, maybe extend the legs out and just give your feet a little windshield wiper there, releasing into the hip sockets. And second side, let's stay on the right foot over the top of the left thigh. Again, here you want to try to find that pelvic tilt. So sit up higher to get on the front edge of the sits bones, or just pick up the flesh of the sits bones and thighs and put it back behind you. Press down into that top big toe like a button that lifts the crown of the head. Hug into your knee to support that. Wiggle into sit bones, lift tall. Find the fullness of your breath there and stay there as long as you like, or right hand supports that spine next to your hip. Inhale, push down, lift, lift. Exhale, spiral, twist, twist. Staying there, or left arm up and over. Exhale, hook, elbow or tricep. Inhale again, press into all points of contact, lift tall. Exhale, squeeze, low belly, low back together. Please only going to the edge that is breathful for you, no forcing. Gentle effort, leaning in, listening inward with your breath. And take your time. Follow any inhale to unwind. Lift tall. Press into that front thigh and your sit bones. Lengthen up. And then spiral open. Stay in that spiral open, long spine, or take it down to the earth, bow in, and push your hips strongly back, resting your head towards the earth. Stay as inspired or follow your breath to drape up. And then again, stack your knees up. Extend the lower leg if you need. Please sit up higher if you need in order to pour the pelvic bowl forward. Otherwise, just push into your feet there and really lean forward. Rocking pelvic bowl all the way forward. Try to get on front edge of the sits bones and then come to sit up tall. Hug into the knee. Stay with just that if that's enough for you right now. Or inhale, arms up. And big hug, second side, right arm over the left, cross the arms over as far as you can, walk the fingers back around to palpate the scapula and the top of the shoulders. And stay with that little massage as you like, or any point, just pull elbows down strongly, weighting arms into the chest. Receive your own hug, your own comfort and touch. Thank you, body. Thank you, body. Thank you, self, for showing up today, for all layers of being, with courage, with kindness, with curiosity and wonder. Stay with that, or spiral eagle arms, elbows up, shoulders down, hands away from the face. Palms could be together, back of the hands are holding your thumb. Lots of ways to variate that. As inspired, lift lower back in, heart forward, and maybe bring the elbows onto the knees. Rest the head in the hands. Possibly slide the elbows over the knees, head in the arms. And please stay as you like, or follow an inhale to unwind and drape up and open the legs up a bit. Stack your feet up, ankles over knees, maybe again extending the lower leg. Sit up higher if there's rounding in the lower back. Please support yourself to be able to pour. Pelvis forward, low back in for an integral opening. Hands to the balls of the feet, and balls of the feet push into the palms. Palms press back into your hands, and smile if you can. Lower back in, heart forward, long spine. And at any point, you could release that press resist on the ball of the feet. Notice what it does, though, those isometrics again. And you could stack up elbows to ankle and knee, maybe head in the hands. Hands to the floor, drawing yourself forward. Maybe again, stacking up elbows and fists, head on the hands, or rest your head on a block or something, or sit upright, please, if that's where the most integrity is for you right now. Pelvic bowl pouring forward, lower back in, jaw soft, breath deep and full in the nose. Out the mouth. Lots of muscular energy. And then soften and release over and around that muscular energy. can, please stay there longer. Or inhale and draw yourself forward, lengthen up and spiral towards that top foot, bringing that tricep or elbow towards the palm of the foot or wherever it lands breathfully. Arms can drape again, drawing yourself long and spiraled, or palms together, press, shoulders on the back, lift the heart, work that press of the hands to the heart center, lengthen out. Again, stay with that as you like, or once you're done, unwind. Maybe pick up that top foot and just give a little rock into the hip there. Stay and play with that as you like, or extend the legs out together or wide. And windshield wiper, sound effects optional, but always encouraged. Releasing all the joints there. And then I invite you to find any comfortable seat or come to lie on your back. So I want to invite you to come to final resting in the way that's right for you. You could lie down and support yourself with bolsters or blocks. You could find a meditative seat and take pause to just feel in. Notice the energy that is present for you right now. Notice what's moved or changed in your practice. Once you find your final resting shape, inhale and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze muscles to bones. Gather up any tension or busyness. And then exhale. Let go. Again, if there's any residual tension or busyness, inhale. Squeeze it, exaggerate it, gather it up, hold it, hold it. And then exhale, melt, melt, melt. Give your body heavy, soft, relaxed to the earth. Feel that you are held and supported by the earth. And open your awareness to the sky, to the infinite, to the great mystery. I'm going to share with you Sutras 87 and 88 from the Radiance Sutras. Waves rise from water. Flames arise from fire. Rays emanate from the sun. So you and I shine forth from the mysterious one. Wander and wander to the point of exhaustion. Whirl and whirl until you lose all control. Dance and dance until you are ready to drop. Then drop, fall to the earth, be held. Surrender to the swirl of sensations surging through your form. Dissolve in awe as the rising energies continue to dance in your inner world. Beyond motion and commotion, become the body of ecstasy that is your birthright. and melt and expand, vast and infinite, into this remembrance of your expansive self, your divine, mysterious self. I encourage you to stay resting in Shavasana or meditation as you're able. When you are ready to come back, first, simply draw your awareness back to your breath and give thanks to this breath that you've been dancing with today, this breath that's taking you on a ride into the beyond. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Invite the breath to move through your heart, connecting again to your heart's yes to life. And imagine that shining out through your body mind, out into the world. Begin to wiggle and sparkle that yes out through your body into your fingers and toes and out into the world. Again, stay still as long as you like if you can. You're likely at home and able to. Otherwise, as you're ready, begin to spiral wrists and ankles if you're able, and stretch the arms long and breathe your fullness. And follow any exhale to step the feet to the earth, knees bent, and roll to your side. Take pause on your side with the bottom arm that's wrapped around you. Another free hug today. Thank you, body. Pause here on your side. Thank you, body. Again, thank yourself for showing up for all layers of being with courage, with kindness. And may all of the effort and energy of our practice be for the greatest good, for ourselves in body, mind, and spirit. And let's ripple up at any point to find any easy seat. And feel yourself rich with that fullness, the fullness of your practice, the fullness of your intentions, the fullness of the moon, whether we see it or not, the fullness of your lives, even in this perceived contraction. Finding that inner wholeness, the inner fullness, the expansive delights and creativity of your inner world. And bow in to honor yourself, resting your hands wherever feels comfortable to you, maybe on or at the heart in Anjali Mudra, this universal sign of oneness, palms together. Breathe into the remembrance of that oneness again, that interconnectedness. I am all that. And so is everybody else. Exhale and pour your breath out. Inhale your heart's yes, if you will. Join me. One great Om followed by one great Hring, maybe pressing into fingers and thumbs again to blossom your heart mudra open. Let's lift that lotus of your beautiful sacred heart to the sky, offering yourself up to the highest good and rippling the beauty and the wonder of your life out around you and grounding and giving back down to the earth. Jai Ma. And namaste to all of our fellow earth beings. The light in me sees and honors that light in you. Namaste. Thank you for practicing. Thank you for practicing with me. Please reach out if you have any questions or comments. I'm on Facebook and YouTube and my own website, all the things. Lucid Yoga and Movement, Lucid Dawn on Venmo, and Lucid Dawn at Gmail. On what's that other thing? PayPal. Okay. So that's all. All your questions and comments are welcome here now if you're on the Zoom or elsewhere. Otherwise, drink lots of water, especially hot water, and after a vigorous practice like that. Namaste, namago.